Good morning, folks. This is going to be my first watch review. This is my Seiko Orange Monster SRP309 reference number. This is a diver's watch, automatic movement, 200-meter water resistance. Right, it says on the dial itself. It's a beautiful watch. I just bought it about, I think, 4 days back, and I haven't taken it off my wrist since then. This is the time that I've taken it off today just to do the video early in the morning. It's an absolutely gorgeous watch. Four o'clock crown. I love that about diver's watches. It comes with a 4 o'clock crown, because when you wear it on the wrist, then it does not dig into your wrists. But this 4 o'clock crown is very typical to a diver's watch, and it's a screw down crown, which means, let me show you that. You unscrew this, yeah, and then when you pull it out all the way, see, there's a hacking, so the second hand stops right there. That's called hacking. And when you press it back, yeah, I was doing it wrong. Okay, so the Monsters, I think, first came out in the late 90s. They came out with SKX 781, I think that was the model number. But those did not have these. Yeah, those had the normal indices, but these were the second generation, which I think came out in about 2012. I think these were only made for a couple of years, between 2012 to 2014, and they came out with these beautiful shark tooth or monster tooth indices with black accents. Well, this particular model is actually a collector's item. I think that the prices are going up. They have always been going up. I've been trying to get this for the last 6 years. Last time I was checking the prices on eBay, the prices were about from upwards of £500. So you can imagine the kind of craze this watch has in the market. And there's a story behind everything here. You see, this is called the Seiko Tsunami logo, and there's stories about this as well. Some say this is inspired by one of the famous Japanese paintings. Then there are articles about that this is different for different depth ratings. So for example, if this was just a 50-meter or 5-bar water resistance, then this would be different. This will have just like one one head of the wave curl here. But then for any watch that has an ISO depth rating of 200-meter for Seiko, they put this Seiko Tsunami. And you can see here the 4R36 movement inside. That's the latest movement. I think the first Monster, when it came out, it was 7:6 movement. So this is the latest movement. This one has the hacking and the hand winding. Beautiful looking watch. I just cannot get enough of this watch, I think. And for some people, I think they'll say that this orange is a little too much, too flashy. But this is just just excellent for me. It's just very sporty and very holidayish, if I may put it that way. The bezel has a beautiful 120 clicks movement. I don't know if you can hear that, those clicks. Beautiful, just like butter. And this is a unidirectional bezel, so it does not move this way, it only goes this way. And you can actually, yep. And the loom on this one is beautiful. I mean, I can't show you. See, even in broad daylight, and I'm just putting my fingers around the dial, you could see the indices are popping up, so you can imagine how great the loom would be when it's little more dark around. And that's why the orange color, because the orange color is the one that I believe stays visible for a longer time underwater. That's why this very vibrant orange color. And I think Seiko puts their own Lumi Bright for the indices for the loom, and it's better than any loom on any other dive watch that I've seen, really. This is the Hardlex crystal, and I was very lucky to get this watch in this pristine condition, really. Not a single scratch, not any marks of wear and tear on the case, on the bezel, on the crystal. The person that I bought it from, he had it on a rubber strap, and since he didn't wear it for too long, it was the rubber strap gave way. It just broke, he said. So he replaced it with this Jubilee bracelet. But I don't know if you can hear it, but it has very kind of cheap rattle on the watch. So I'm looking for an original Monster Seiko bracelet. I think they call it the oyster bracelet after Rolex came up with it. I think that's what it's called. So this one's called a Jubilee bracelet because of the design of it. We have 3 links in between, and then 2 broad links at the end. And the one that it originally comes with is an oyster one, and that also has Seiko written here with there's a diverse clasp as well that you can extend. So I'm looking for that one. Hopefully I'll be able to source it. They say it's getting very difficult to find one these days. And I now say this to all my fellow watch collectors, that getting a Monster is not just merely a watch, it's a milestone. I think it just adds value to your overall collection. You may have a Submariner already, or a Seamaster from Omega, but this design, this model right here from Seiko kind of changed the dynamics of divers watches forever. It's a very bold design that kind of grows into you. Even if I've heard these reviews from a lot of people that even if they didn't like the design at the first time, but when they bought the watch, when they felt the watch on the wrist, they kind of started liking the design. And it wears beautifully on the wrist. This has a width of, I think, less than 13 millimeters here. It's a chunky looking watch, but it wears just beautifully on the wrist. It's a very toolish kind of a watch. So it's a watch that can take a beating. You can just wear this and go about your life, go about your work, and this will definitely take a beating and keep running. Yeah, so the other watches, for example the Omega ones and the Rolex, I've seen them, and there was this review from, I think, Random Rob on YouTube that said, this particular watch will kind of ruin those watches for you as well, for the other luxury diver watches, because those are just just too pretty. I mean, um, this is the kind of watch which is masculine, or toolish, I would say, that you can, bang around, beat around, and it'll still keep running. I think definitely this watch is gonna I'm gonna enjoy this watch for a long, long time. This is the SRP309, a K1, I believe. The K1 are the ones that were built in Malaysia, and the other ones are the 309 J1, which was manufactured in Japan. And the J1 also says on the dial, I believe, made in Japan, or Japan, something like that. But there are some reviews as well that says the Malaysia one is better in quality than the Japan one. Strangely, I mean, the Japan model, the J1 model, had some quality issues apparently. Uh, this is my first diver's watch. I don't have a diver's watch in my collection. This is the first diver's watch. And what a way to start, huh? Alright. Thank you so much for watching this review. If you have any questions on the Seiko Monster, I'm happy to talk about it anytime. Happy to answer any questions. If you're looking to buy a watch, be it a diver's or any other watch, I'm happy to collaborate, happy to share my information, share my knowledge on watches, whatever little I know. I just love them, I collect them, I respect them. So yeah, Seiko Orange Monster.